Hello and welcome to the Seller Dynamics video tutorial on how to set up a pricing profile. Pricing profiles are a great way to set your margins for dynamic price comparisons against your competition across all marketplaces. It's all pretty straightforward, however, you should give some thought to your own margins and ask yourself how low can you go. Believe me, customers will be looking out for the best price, and when that's matched with a good feedback score, you're certainly more likely to make a sale.
Okay, let's get started. From the main menu, select Profiles and Pricing, and hit the New button to open a new Pricing Profile tab. Okay, let's give the profile a name, something descriptive that makes sense to you, not just now, but for the future when you could be a lot busier, with a lot more profiles to choose from. I'll call it Christmas Sale, just because I like Christmas. Next, we have Max Step. This is where you set the margin that you want it to be lower than the nearest competition. For example, 0.01 will be 1 penny or 1 cent if you're dealing in euros or dollars. Margins. Only you know the margins that you're happy with, and this is where you can determine a dynamic listing price based on your cost price, plus your minimum or maximum percentage, and this will also include your non-published postage price. If you want a fixed price profile, put your price in here. We'll leave it at 0 to allow repricing. And then choose a currency. Percentage of stock to list applies to how you want to distribute your stock across the marketplaces. For example, 100% when on one marketplace only, and if you're selling on 2 marketplaces, then a setting of 50% will split your stock 50-50. You can set up separate profiles for splitting stock over multiple marketplaces. We recommend 15 minutes for a price check interval to match the marketplace refresh rate. As mentioned earlier, your non-published postage price will be included in the listing price. Choose which item condition that you want to price compete with, new or used, or both if you really need to. Not entirely sure when you'd want to choose both, but please feel free to let me know. If you want to avoid overselling, and I'm sure you do, check the Only List If in Stock button. And finally, if you want to, you can leave yourself or any other user with access to the account a little note for future reference. Okay, moving over to Use On. Here you can select the marketplace or marketplaces to apply your profile and choose your shipping terms as applicable. Amazon will use their default shipping terms if you don't fill this in. And save. That's a pricing profile set up in Seller Dynamics. One thing to remember about pricing profiles is that whenever you import any new stock items into Seller Dynamics, then the pricing profile which is currently set as the default profile will then be assigned to that item. It's easy to change the default pricing profile. You just go up to your Markets menu and simply choose the profile that you want to be the default. And don't forget, this has to be set prior to importing and only applies to new items. So to recap, we created a profile called Christmas Sale, which enables the listing price to move from a 250% maximum margin down to an 85% minimum, and with a maximum step of 1 penny below the nearest competitor. We've seen how to split the stock across the marketplaces and made sure we've included postage costs. Easy. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and if you're not sure of anything in Seller Dynamics, just drop us a line with your query to info@sellerdynamics.com.